World War II was a time of extraordinary heroism, not just on the front lines, but in the secret shadows. While tanks roared and bombs fell across Europe and the Pacific, another kind of battlefield existed, one fought by women whose names were often hidden from history. We often picture the war as a conflict of soldiers and generals, but today, we're diving deep into the clandestine world of female spies, saboteurs, and codebreakers who risked everything behind enemy lines. Their stories are a testament to a different kind of courage, one that operated in silence but shaped the outcome of the war in monumental ways. Women served in countless roles during World War II, but some of the most daring contributions came from those who operated in the most dangerous conditions imaginable. They worked as intelligence agents, couriers, and saboteurs, often right under the noses of the enemy. One of the most famous organizations that recruited these remarkable women was Britain's Special Operations Executive, or SO. Its mission was simple yet audacious: to set Europe ablaze by supporting resistance movements, gathering intelligence, and conducting sabotage. Why were women so effective in these roles? The answer often lay in prejudice. The enemy frequently underestimated them. A woman carrying a small package, pushing a bicycle, or walking through a crowded market was easily overlooked. German patrols were looking for soldiers and armed men, rarely suspecting that the seemingly ordinary woman passing by was actually delivering vital secrets that could save thousands of lives or carrying explosives to cripple a railway line. This underestimation became their greatest weapon. One of the SOE's most celebrated operatives was a young British-French agent named Violette Charbot, fluent in French, and ostensibly trained in espionage, firearms, and explosives. She undertook incredibly perilous missions in Nazi-occupied France. She wasn't just a courier, she was a leader. She gathered intelligence on German military positions, helped organize local resistance cells, and even led sabotage operations against railways and supply depots that were critical to the Nazi war machine. Her bravery was boundless. On her second mission, she was captured by the Gestapo after a fierce firefight. Despite enduring horrific imprisonment and torture, she refused to reveal any secrets about her network or the resistance. Violette Charbot ultimately gave her life for the mission, and her story stands as a powerful symbol of extraordinary courage against unimaginable evil. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, women in the Soviet Union were taking on equally daring roles. While the Red Army famously deployed female snipers and pilots who became legends in their own right, many other women worked behind the lines as partisans. Operating from hidden bases in dense forests and remote villages, these partisan groups waged a relentless guerrilla war against the German invaders. Women were central to these efforts. They conducted ambushes, destroyed enemy supply lines, derailed trains, and relayed crucial intelligence back to the Soviet forces. Their actions were instrumental in disrupting German operations and slowing their advance, tying up enemy troops who could have been sent to the main front. They fought a brutal, unforgiving war far from any formal battlefield. Beyond sabotage and direct action, women played a pivotal, yet often invisible, role in the war of minds, communications, and codebreaking. At the legendary Bletchley Park in England, the top-secret home of British codebreakers, women made up the majority of the workforce, over 75% by the end of the war. They were the engine of the entire operation. They operated the complex bomb machines designed by Alan Turing to decipher German messages. They painstakingly transcribed thousands of intercepted enemy communications and performed the intricate calculations needed to help crack the infamous Enigma code. Their work was exhausting, mentally demanding, and carried an immense weight of responsibility. A single mistake in transcription or calculation could lead to a flawed intelligence report, costing countless lives on the battlefield. The women of Bletchley Park worked in shifts around the clock, in complete secrecy, their contributions unknown even to their own families. Their success in breaking the Enigma code is considered one of the most significant achievements of the entire war, shortening it by an estimated 2 years and saving millions of lives. It was a silent victory, one not with guns, but with intellect and relentless dedication. Across occupied Europe, resistance movements also relied heavily on women. In France, the Maquis, one of the largest resistance groups, recruited countless female couriers. They were the lifeblood of the movement, carrying messages, weapons, and supplies between scattered resistance cells. They disguised themselves as ordinary citizens, nurses, shoppers, farm workers, blending into towns and villages while carrying out missions that could get them executed on the spot. Some even took on the dangerous task of guiding downed Allied airmen and escaped prisoners of war through treacherous mountain passes and dense forests to safety in neutral countries. Their local knowledge and ability to appear inconspicuous made them invaluable. Women were also at the forefront of propaganda and psychological warfare. They produced and distributed clandestine leaflets, ran underground newspapers, and made radio broadcasts designed to undermine German morale and bolster the spirits of the occupied populations. Their creativity became a weapon in its own right. They crafted coded messages, spread rumors to confuse the enemy, and used satire and art to foster a spirit of defiance. This battle for hearts and minds was just as important as the physical one, proving that intelligence and innovation could be as powerful as any army. The risks these women faced were enormous. There was no protection under the Geneva Conventions for spies or saboteurs. If captured, they faced brutal interrogation, torture, and often summary execution or deportation to concentration camps. Yet, their bravery rarely wavered. They relied on their wits, their training, and an incredible ability to adapt in constant life-or-death situations. So many of their missions succeeded precisely because the enemy looked right through them. A fatal miscalculation that cost the Axis powers dearly. Despite their critical contributions, recognition for these women was slow to come. For decades after the war, their stories remained buried in classified files or lost in the shadows, overshadowed by the more visible tales of frontline combat. The official histories focused on generals and armies, and the quiet, clandestine work of these female agents was largely forgotten. It's only in recent years that historians, authors, and filmmakers have begun to bring their heroism to light, finally acknowledging the immense sacrifices they made. The legacy of these women is a powerful reminder that heroism is not defined by a uniform or rank, but by courage, intelligence, and the unwavering will to act. From the forests of France to the secret code-breaking rooms of Bletchley Park, they shaped the course of World War II in ways that were invisible at the time, but are now understood to be monumental. They proved that bravery comes in many forms, in the quiet acts of defiance, the calculated risks, and the steadfast commitment to a cause greater than oneself. Their stories are a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of those who fight not just with weapons, but with their minds, their hearts, and their unbreakable spirit. Even in the darkest moments of history, these women showed that sometimes, the most powerful victories are the ones that remain unseen. Thanks for watching. Now if you found these stories as inspiring as I did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more hidden histories. Let me know in the comments which of these stories resonated with you the most. See you next time.